This is Eric Mother, Mother.com. A few minutes ago, we saw the Dow drop down and was down. This is Eric Mother, Mother.com. A few minutes ago, we saw the Dow come to the lows of the session. The Dow was up only about 190 points or so. And I want to show you what I'm looking at here. There's a possibility that what the market is doing. Remember, we have to respect the fact that with the VIX trading where it is, the market is going to be very sensitive to small time frames. And what we see here, in my opinion, a couple of minutes ago, S&P 500 was up only 25 points. And we can see here about 2 minutes later, it is up 41 points. So in a couple of minutes, the market has come off the lows. And I would think it makes sense if we consider this line here, which gave us the positive divergence that led to this morning's gap up. And now we've come all the way to test this line here. So if this line holds, then what that is telling us is that the market has taken the extreme path to holding this line. And remember, the ultimate challenge is what happens when the market comes to this RSI topside. My thinking here continues to be, given where the VIX is trading, and given that the market is in a fantastic mood, chances are, if we come back to this RSI topside resistance line and break through it, expect this market to stage a very strong up day. Again, this is the S&P 500 based on the 5-minute RSI setting of 26. Alright? Probably this is going to be the last video in the series, which I began yesterday. Be on the lookout for a change in this market based on the fact that we've come back to test that RSI lows line, and we'll see how it goes, but be aware the need to be accountable on the small time frame is at a very high sensitivity. So let me end the video here with this last analysis here. We got RSI bottom side support coming to be tested, and at some point, probably by end of session or over the next couple of days, the market is going to have to contend with this RSI topside. My thinking is, if we come back to this line and take it out, be aware we are just about to record the biggest update in the market in terms of point gain. Guys, watch this market put in intraday lows, and I guarantee you, even though prices are dropping, the charts have not changed. This market is gonna stage a snapback move higher. I'm telling you, if you follow price, it's always gonna be confusing. If you follow the charts, I'm telling you, this is coiling, and coiling has been coiling since yesterday for a fantastic move higher. Just watch. Okay guys, I'm back with about 10 seconds to go before the end of this session. We are seeing the market closing at the highs of the session, close to about 1900 points on the Dow. There's the bell. I'll be back with my final comments after recording most of today's action, and we'll see how things are going to settle out. But if you are following along over the last day or two, then this has not been a surprise. Okay guys, these are the closing numbers for the day. As you can see, this is going to be the biggest point gain for the Dow, and I believe for the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 ever. Again, Dow Jones closing up about 9% at a gain of 1980. Let's take a look, and we can see that yesterday the market had the biggest down day, down about 2300 on the Dow, and today the market is going to break the previous point gain, which is from March 3rd of this year 2020. So guys, how did the market go on to explode towards the last couple of minutes into the close of the session? There's a breakout here on the line I had been talking to you guys about. This line right here, you can see the consequence of moving above that line has led to this explosive move in the market into the close and now into the record books. Again, you just have to understand how to read the charts based on my own researched methods. Again, it is important to recognize that when the VIX is trading at such high levels, the small time frames become the controlling time frame. Throughout today's session, we can see at the highs that the market stalled exactly on the top side of this line with the resistance right there. At the lows, when the Dow was up only 86 points or around that much, this is the lows which came on the RSI lows line. Again, at the highs of the afternoon, we stalled here. We would come and find support twice here in the last hour or so, and after those lows were recorded, we can see that the market would come and take out the RSI topside, hence recording that substantial move to the upside. Now, the fact that I was able to see this coming over the last 2 days, please understand, I recognize what you should also be recognizing, that these markets are fake. And the more you recognize that, the more you see things more clearly. And the more you stay away from the news flow, the more these things become easier to identify. Is it easy? Never. But sometimes you can see it happening if you're removed from the news flow. But if you are attached to the news, attached to the TV, attached to social media, trying to understand what's going on, then you're definitely off the emotional sentiment of the market, and the market is always going to leave you with losses. Guys, I'm going to leave you with one final thought, and this is just me talking to you as sincerely as I can. Throughout the process where we saw these markets continue making all-time highs, we had a sense in the market, we could sense that this was fake, right? Let's be honest. We knew that this market was fake. It was faking the move to new highs. I can say, as far as I'm concerned, and with certainty in my own mind, this move lower is equally manipulated and is fake. And guys, let me give you one final homework if you have an interest in this subject matter, is throughout the last 11 years, go and check where markets were making all-time highs. You'll recognize that all these all-time highs, most of them would come just as the market was going into 3-day holidays. So pretty much most of the 3-day holidays or the last 11 years, you've seen markets trading at new highs. Why? The idea was to pull people who are not wanting to trade the market after the 2008 meltdown. So the only way to do it is to keep reminding you that the market is at new highs. And the way they were doing it is every time before we close for a 3-day holiday, the market would trade at or close to all-time highs. Again, trying to pull people in the market. So in my opinion, this move here was fake. And the subsequent drop is also fake. Sorry. if I'm kind of confusing you here, but sometimes somebody just has to give it to you straight. If you want to be successful in the market, you got to understand that you are not dealing with an organic market. It never has, never will be. And one final observation. Today, Friday the 13th, we can see now confirmation that today is going to go into the record as of to date. Today was the biggest point gain in the general market. This is Eric Muath with Mother.com. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. EACS.